What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Real Deal. And, there's a lot of things in this world that I don't like, that a lot of people don't like, and there's a lot of things that I will stand up for and support that others might not like. But I have a lot of pet peeves. We all do. One of my biggest pet peeves is hypocrisy. Another one is racism. I don't much care for racism. I don't care, and I don't like people judging somebody, a whole group of people, by their race. I don't like prejudice. I don't like people that hate somebody because of their religion, their color, their race, their ethnicity, where they're from, what sports team they like, what dog they like or don't like. I mean, I've seen people fight over some of the stupidest things. I've seen people fight over bands. I don't like that band. I do. That guitar player is bad. I've actually seen literal fist fights over stupid stuff like that. There's been a lot of people, they've killed each other or shot each other or stabbed each other over a sporting event. I remember one time I was at a sporting event. This was Warren Moon was playing, and he was my favorite quarterback, and he played for the Oilers. And I will tell you this was it was a preseason game, and we were down there, and I got my Oilers shirt on, and we were not in Houston, obviously, and everybody's giving us a hard time. There's me and my buddies, and we were all big Oiler fans. We all liked Warren Moon, and of course it's like, your quarterback is an N-word, and I'm like, my quarterback is a good guy that can throw the ball. Your quarterback sucks. And but I didn't have to say that. I was just like, okay, dude, whatever, man. But they were hassling us and stuff. And the Oilers went on, and even though it was preseason, the Oilers smoked them. They did a great job. They brought the third-string quarterback on who was just drafted. I can't remember his name. Bucky Richardson. And he ran the ball in for a touchdown, did a great job. The other team looked like a bunch of scrubs, and they still had some of their first-string guys out there. At the end of the game, I was waiting, and everybody's, of course, booing us. Moon was going to run through the tunnel, and I'm pulling my shirt, and I'm like, Moon! And he threw me the peace sign, and I'll never forget that. That was so cool. And I remember people gave him a hard time when he got drafted. And he had to go to Canada first because of the negative stereotype. Being a black man, they thought he wasn't smart enough to play in the NFL. And I don't like that stuff. Never have, never will. And here we are in the year 2026, just celebrated Juneteenth. It's an honorable holiday where black men were freed. But there's still a lot of racism in this world. And it blows my mind. I had a friend of mine. He was beaten up at a young age down in Detroit by a black guy in a mustard yellow suit. So he hates all black people now. And I always told him, I said, it was just one black guy, dude. First of all, it was kind of let's just say it shouldn't have gone down. It was a drug deal, and when you deal with that crowd, no matter what color they are, you're going to run into some shady people. I've seen a lot of shady dope dealers out there that were white, but he didn't like black folks. No black folks at all because of that. And I was like, wow, that's pretty messed up. Dude, you're going to judge a whole race of people by the actions of one man. He's like, yep. There's a lot of people like that. Now, realistically, if I were to think that way, then I would have a problem with white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired women. Because almost every white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired woman I've dated has done me wrong. Even in the workplace and in the real world, they don't treat me good and aren't very nice. So should I hate all of them? No, because it's not all of them. It's just a few. I have dated women of all races. Didn't work out, Should I hate them? Should I hate the race? No, because it wasn't the race. It was one person from that race. But the race had nothing to do with it. It had to do with that person themselves. People, man, y'all need to stop and think. You need to stop this racism and stereotyping and stuff. I know a young biracial girl, sweet little girl. I always help her out a little bit. She comes to me because doesn't have a dad. Her mom's whatever, I won't even say anything about that. Mom's got 6 babies from 8 different guys, Her mom only dates black guys. That's her fetish. That's her trip. And her daughter, this is the oldest one, she doesn't like black people. She won't date a black guy. And she's scared of them. And I know why, because she confided in me, because every black guy her mom dates beats her, treats her like crap, takes advantage of her, cheats on her and stuff, and she's scared they're going to do that to her. But it's like I told her, that's not all black guys. It's just the ones your mom dates. It's like, but she's scared. And it's sad to see her feel that way, but it is what it is. Like the guy that got beat up by one black guy. I've had problems with black people. I've had problems with Mexicans. I had a Mexican gang one time trying to tell me up in my old hometown that I had to pay them to walk down a street. And I'm like, no, I don't. And I was walking my old German Shepherd dog, Dylan, and he wasn't playing that crap. They let me through. And I'm like, dude, yeah, whatever. I laughed at them. And then they're like trying to get tough. And I'm like, so you're tough, 6 against 1. I ain't scared. You might kick my ass, but some of y'all going down with me. When you stand up to people, a lot of times they get scared. And there's always safety in numbers for them. Then I try to pull it. It's like, how would you feel if you went through a white neighborhood or an all-black neighborhood and did this to you? Well, that'd be racist. It's like, exactly. And they say, well, Mexicans can't be racist. Yes, they can. Every race can be racist. If you don't like somebody because of their race, you're racist. Plain and simple, people. I get tired of it. I get tired of people being prejudiced and degrading others because of their religion. I have a lot of Latter-day Saint friends, good people. I respect their religion. They respect my beliefs and faith. I might not agree with them, or the Seventh-day Adventists, or Jehovah's, or a lot of Christian faiths. I might not agree with them. But you have the right to believe what you want. And if you're not pushing it on others, if you're not hurting others, and you're not hurting yourselves, then what's the big deal? I believe in unity, and we can all get along. That we got to put the differences aside. There's people that are prejudiced over redheads, or long hairs, or short hairs, or skinheads, people that shave their head. I know women that cut their hair short, and people automatically assume the worst about them and degrade them. I know women that wear real tight clothes, not much to nothing, and I know them pretty well, and they don't do bad stuff, you know what I mean, sexually, but everybody calls them skanks and hoes. Why? Because they're pretty girls trying to show off their bodies? That's their trip. They're not hurting themselves, they're not hurting anybody, and you better keep your hands off them because you have no right to touch them because of that. And that's the way a lot of people are. They are very judgmental. They are very prejudiced. They are very rude. And it has to stop, people. We need to all get along. It's not that hard to be a good human being. It really isn't. If you're a Michigan fan and you don't like Ohio State, okay, cool. But you don't hurt anybody over it. You don't demean them over it. And vice versa. It's called respect for one another. We need to learn to get along and love one another in this world. Like I said, if I disliked every group that I've ever dated, it's because of 1 or 2 people from that race, then basically there's nobody I can date anymore. I mean, what, am I going to hate all white women because white women did me wrong? Am I supposed to hate all women because a lot of the women I've dated did me wrong? Am I supposed to be gay because of that now? No, because it's not all women. It wasn't women that did it, it's just certain ones. Just like when it comes to women. Not all men are pigs. Not all men are wanting one thing. There's some great guys out there, like me. We're not out there to get laid. We're out there to, find love, treat women good. And let me tell you right now, there's a lot of people like myself that are nice, kind-hearted people. We'll hold the door open for you. We'll give you snacks. We'll give you compliments. And we don't want anything in return but a thank you. We're not like, hey, I held the door open for you. You got to put out now. No, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. I got in trouble at work one time these women, 3 of them, and the funny thing is, 2 of them are gay. One's married gay. The other one's married straight, but she's like a freaking nut job. I mean, none of them are attractive. I have good taste. I'll be honest with you. I have good taste in women. And I like women that are nice and smart and not just beautiful on the inside, beautiful on the outside too. But I want them especially kind-hearted, good people, you know. We're all looking for that. But these women rose up against me because I was nice to them at work. And I'd buy them snacks and, you know, I one time went into the one girl's case and I gave her 2 loaves of sourdough bread a bakery friend of mine made special for her. She went off on me, said I snuck up on her and stuff. Boss sat there while she yelled at me and never said a word. Now, my old boss would have gone off on her because he knew better. And they complained and said that, you know, the only reason I'm nice is I want to have sex with them. I said no because I have good taste. And one of my friends, a guy friend, said afterwards, he heard about it, and he's like, yeah. And I said, well, you know, I winked at him and said, you know me, I'm just nice and give things away to people because I want to get some. And he was laughing, and because I give him snacks. I give everybody snacks. I'm a nice guy. I don't want anything in return but a thank you. I appreciate that. And maybe if I'm down and out, step up and help me a little bit. But they complain. Nothing happened. I mean, I still have my lawsuit pending. I can enact it at any time. All it's going to take is one negative word because that's defamation of character. And that's about a $125,000 lawsuit. And I sure could use the money right now. But anyway, that's where we're at in this world. You know, just because you're nice to somebody doesn't mean you want to sleep with them. It doesn't mean you want to have sex with them. There are no ulterior motives. I don't know what they've gone through. I highly doubt they've had a lot of guys flirting with them. If you saw them, you'd be like, yeah, dude, who let the cow in there? You know? I mean, serious. And that's how it is. And nice guys, they say, finish last, and you're right, but at least we finish. And we're happy. We may go through some hell, but hey, we're okay, man. But you know, that's the big problem. I saw something today. This guy had posted something on Facebook, and I've been hearing a lot about this lately, you know, about the blacks in America doing all this and all that. And a lot of it didn't start with Carmelo Anthony. It's always been going on like this, and every summer it happens. People kill each other. People shoot each other in the streets and stuff. Nobody cares when it's blacks killing other blacks, but when a white gets involved, there's something, then it becomes a bad thing. Like the Carmelo Anthony thing. This is how I look at that. He killed somebody. He was in a spot he shouldn't have been in. I don't care what color either of them are. You don't kill people unless it's self-defense. It was not self-defense. They said, leave, get up and leave. Why'd you pull out a knife? Why were you there, not competing, but you had a knife? I mean, come on, man. But people make it about color. It's not about color. They didn't kill him because he was white. I hope not. And they didn't put him in prison because he's black. He did something wrong. You got to pay for it. It's like I see and hear all about George Floyd still. George Floyd wasn't a perfect human being. He made mistakes. He did dumb stuff. Did he deserve what he got? No. He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that at all. You know? And you still hear about that stuff. And I always complain because every weekend in the big cities around the United States, you got black on black crime, but nobody seems to care about that. Well, this weekend there was a big episode in Chicago. A lot of people killed each other, shoot each other. It happens all the time. These parties get out of hand, gang-related crap. And somebody had posted on Facebook about it, talking about, like, because someone said it's a gun problem, and I believe it's a person problem. Because most of these guns they have are not legal. They're getting them somewhere. They're buying them off the streets. In my old hometown, one time, they had a no questions asked. Bring in anything you want. Bring in anything you got. We'll give you $50. No questions asked for any weapons. Man, the weapons they brought in, they had military-grade weapons. They had weapons that actually belonged in the military. Don't know where these people got them. It was no questions asked. You should have seen the stuff they brought in there. They had a rocket launcher. Don't know where they got it. But where I come from, it's a poor city, so $50 is a lot of money. There was people bringing in 10 guns, and they were checking them all, and they're like, this is stolen. This is illegal. But they didn't question them. They just, no questions asked, put it up here. Here's your $50. I mean, what are you going to do? You know? They got all those guns off the streets, though. And crime went down for a little bit. But then it went back up again because more guns came out. So every weekend in the summer, there's big cities and stuff going on, shooting each other. Like I said, black on black crime. And it's sad, but nobody seems to care. But this guy had posted on Facebook about this issue in Chicago. And, you know, I felt really bad. You know, it's like we should help these people. You know, I mean, instead of just saying, don't do this, don't do that. You know, find out what the problem is. Find out what's going on. Maybe try to help people. But nobody seems to care. And the one guy put on there, and this is why it triggered me today. I've been hearing a lot of stuff, seeing a lot of stuff lately, but this one set me over the edge. He put down there is a picture of the ghetto, and it's all photoshopped, of course. You know, it's AI. And it's got the crossing sign, and it's got a stereotypical black guy wearing ghetto clothes with dreads, carrying a gun, and it says N-word crossing. You know what word I'm talking about because I don't say that word, but you know what word I'm referring to. And I'm looking at that, and it's a white guy that posted it. A white guy made the post. And I said, dude, that's not funny. I said, that's pretty racist. So then he starts attacking me and posting more stuff. And it was all negative stereotypes of black folks holding signs and doing things and stuff. The guy, the original poster, wrote, dude, I got to watch myself because I'm being watched, but that's hilarious, man. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not, because the N-word, most people don't know where it originated from, but the N-word is an ugly word used to describe black people. Black folks took that word and made it their own, and I say good for them. I don't say it. A lot of my black friends call me that with the G-A on the end of it, or G-U-A, you know, and they call each other that. And, you know, whether they're happy or mad or just what up, you know, and that's okay. That's their word now. They can use it. They took an ugly word. They made something good of it. Good for them. I commend them for that. The white man, well, most of them don't know where half the words they use come from, but they shouldn't be using that word. And for him to stereotype that and things like that, it's like, these are poor black people. Just because they're black does not mean they are the N-word. You don't call Italians wops or dagos just because they're Italian. You don't call Jews the bad words for them. You know? When's the last time a black person called a white guy a cracker or a honky? When's the last time you've ever been called that, white people? Probably never. Heck, I use the word cracker more than the black people do. I had a lawsuit against the grocery store. And they were like, what? And I said, this aisle right here. This is racist. Black folks can't go down it. They're like, why? I said, because it says crackers. I'm not allowed in that grocery store anymore. But anyway, you got a lot of racism in this world. And just seeing something like that today was very rude. And he didn't like the fact that, you know, I don't find it funny. I think it's racist. I didn't like it. And, you know, he goes off on me. Now, I'm a nice guy. I just ignore it, like, whatever, dude. Says all about you that I never need to know. I don't know the guy. But I looked at his profile pictures on Facebook. He's ugly. He ugly. And his fiance, well, let's just say, you know, someone that big should be out in a field grazing. You know what I'm saying? Moo! But I didn't say nothing. But I'm sitting there going, wow, and you're going to criticize somebody, a race of people. Look at you. Look at you, moo cows. I mean, you know. Doesn't look like he has much. Doesn't look like he's got any brains, obviously, with his racist attitude. I just don't like it, people. Doesn't have to be that way, does it? I see it every day. See it every day on social media. People hiding behind, you know, they don't put their face up there. They have hardly any followers, and they're attacking different religions, different faiths. Somebody told me the other day that the Latter-day Saints were a cult. And I said, how do you know that? Well, because their religion's newer and stuff. I'm like, okay, but are they hurting you? Are they hurting anybody else? I mean, are they happy? Will they go around and knock on doors? Okay. You know what I tell them? I tell them what I am, my faith. When I talk to them, it's like, good for you. I might not agree with your religion, but I respect you, and I hope nobody slams the door in your face and says something bad. It's like, God bless you, man. I have my faith. You have yours. You're a good person. That's all that matters in this world, right? Well, they're a cult. They're a cult. I say, how do you know your religion's not a cult? Well, my religion's older. Okay, well, my religion's the oldest monotheistic religion in the world. Does it make it right? To me, it does. Others, it doesn't. We get attacked on a daily basis. I'm used to it. I mean, there's another thing, man. I'm not used to it in 2026. Never thought we'd get this bad, but, I'm used to it now, and I shouldn't be. Nobody should be attacking you for anything. You want to be different, be different. Just like when they attack people that are gay. Yeah, gay is being a choice. I saw something the other day. This girl said there's 3 sexes, male, female, and mentally ill. And everybody's laughing, making fun of them and stuff. Now, I have a lot of gay friends. I have a lot of gay family. I have trans friends, trans family. I don't judge them. They're my friends. They're good people. They treat me good. They treat others good. And I love them. And I'll support them. And you can say whatever you want and say, well, religious, this, that, and the other. Okay, cool. My faith isn't for it, but we don't kill them for it. It's not up to me to judge them, just like it's not up to you guys to judge others either. The only way I judge somebody is how good of a person they are. If you're not a good person, I don't want you in my world, man. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what sexuality you are. None of that matters to me. I don't care what religion you are, your sports team. If you're a good person, you're a good person. And I'm going to like you, and we're going to be friends for life, and I'm going to treat you good. That's what we're supposed to do in this world, people. It's not that freaking hard, okay? We're supposed to love one another as we love ourselves. Not that hard. We don't gossip. We don't cut their throats. We don't go and do rumors about them. We're supposed to love one another as we love ourselves. Even if you might not support people that are gay, that's fine. You should still care for them. They're not hurting you. They're not raping you. I mean, come on. They're not doing anything wrong. They're living their lives of what they feel they are. I have no problem with that, people. I'm not gay. I don't get attracted to other men or anything like that. I can tell you someone's attractive or not. But you know what? I have a lot of gay friends. I've had some say some silly stuff to me, and it's funny. But I know they don't mean it. They're just joking with me. And we laugh. And they're my friends. I got a lot of friends of all different faiths. I got a lot of friends with no faiths. I got family that don't believe the way I do, don't like the way I believe. I got others that don't agree with me, but they respect me, and I like that, and I appreciate that. And that's all I want is respect from everybody. And I want us all to start getting along. Please, put down the hatred. Learn to love one another. All right? The world will be a better place. And that's what I'm here for. To tell you the real deal and make the world a better place for everybody. Peace and love.